Welcome back to another BizBite episode of the eCommerce Badassery podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Totillo-Coster. As you may already know, Google's Universal Analytics will stop working as of July this year. While we've had access to GA4 for some time and were able to manually install GA4 to Shopify stores, we were only able to track traffic data because non-Plus Shopify users do not have access to checkout and therefore can't see when purchases happen. There were some hacks out there on the interwebs, which I shared with caution and disclaimers. I'm not a fan of anything that artificially interferes with e-commerce checkout systems. And a lounge member did run into some trouble after implementing that hack, which she then, of course, removed very quickly. Anyway, the day has finally come that you can connect your GA4 property to Shopify through its native integration. We've been waiting for this for so long, and randomly an eCommerce Badassery community member had asked me about it, and we Googled it, and there was a Shopify help doc that said the GA4 connection was coming in March. Hadn't heard anything, so I went back to check on it, and there it was. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in the lack of fanfare around this update and the information coming from Shopify because this is a really big deal and we only have a few months left of Universal Analytics. I'm still confirming a few things through my own testing, and I have a ticket in with Shopify in terms of what Shopify pushes over automatically and what, if anything, needs to be set up manually inside of GA, because I'll tell you their documentation was not clear. But as of today, right now, at this moment, you can install GA4 on your Shopify site. If you don't already have a GA4 account, you'll obviously need to create one of those. You'll also need to install the Google Sales Channel in your Shopify store. That's where this connection is created. So when you add the channel, it'll prompt you to choose a Google account to connect the sales channel with. Make sure it is the account that has access to your Google Analytics property. Then you'll be able to select the correct property from the dropdown. It's actually really simple to set up. A few things to keep in mind. If you manually installed GA4 previously, remove that tracking script and instead use the native integration. If you're a Shopify Plus user that previously added GA4 through Google Tag Manager, take a peek at your account and see if it's tracking purchase data. From what I understand about how GA4 tracks data and events, you have to send it specific e-commerce tracking events, and it requires manual setup inside of GTM. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm still confirming a few things, but that's why I want you to go into the GA4 account and see if the purchase data is there. If it is, great. If it's not, you might be better off connecting directly through the Google Sales Channel, because it is my assumption that I'm still waiting to confirm that Shopify is pushing all of that required data automatically. Side note, connecting your GA4 through the Google Sales Channel is separate from Google Merchant Center, where you put your Google Shopping feed. So if you're using a separate app for your Google Merchant feed and you deleted the Google Sales Channel, that's fine. You're just going to add this back in simply to connect GA4. And when you're actually inside the sales channel, you'll see that the setup and the connection for Google Analytics and Google Merchant Center are completely separate from one another. Make sure you check out the full show notes on my website for important resource links and some screenshots. Go to ecommercebadassery.com/208. Again, once I confirm a few things, I will absolutely update you guys with more information. I'll also be updating my Google Analytics crash course over the next couple of months to reflect GA4 reporting, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you already own the course, you automatically get those updates, and I will send you a notification when they're ready. And that's a wrap on this week's BizBite episode. I hope you're having a fabulous week, and I'll see you on the flip side.